All right, guys, welcome back to the Spin Zone podcast. It is amazing that you guys came back for round two. I am Cake Eater, and I am joined with my crew. We got Chad, we got Martine, and then we got Vile. How are you guys doing to this evening? Sounds like we got all good going around. So far, everything over on my end is also going very, very well. Because a week and a half ago, just came off a second place win. It was like 20 or 22 people. Um, so took second place off of that, which was absolutely amazing for me. That was like probably one of my actually, it is my very first time topping. So w- such a big win. Was ecstatic making top eight. If I didn't make it anywhere more than that, I would have been I would have been thrilled. But it was completely different because instead of using anything that you guys wanted to use, you only had to use Hasbro items. Yeah, so it was different, and it was not on. It was rough because they didn't. Uh, I totally forgot about it was only Hasbro items, which was not a big deal for me personally because I don't have that many TT items. But training wise, we had to use the Hasbro Stadium, which was, oh yeah, man, it was completely different. You're going from the Stadium that was big and luscious to the Hasbro. It, oh my god, yeah, and I got my first win, which was fantastic. I believe I got him. It was like a week and a half ago, and I forgot to document it because I wasn't not even expecting to make it that far. Uh, I got him 5-3, I believe. Then I got beat the last two, and magically I barely made top eight. I was number eight, and then it was basically just smooth sailing after that. Uh, Four and three. Okay, yeah, it was best of four. So best of 4 points. And then the finals was the best of seven. No, seven. Yeah, 7 points. Yeah. Actually, I forgot that I could even. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I believe it was either a. I want to say it was an extreme finish and then probably just a spin finish just to kind of top it off. That could have been. Hell yeah. Look at me go. Oh, I do it. Yeah. Yeah, I barely made top eight. One of my main mans, Wayward, solid ass guy. Give him a shout out all day. He comes up to me and is like, "Hey, so you probably made top eight." I was like, "Dude, if I could, that'd be awesome." Because I've been doing like competitive nerdy stuff for a while, like all through trading card games and video games and other shit like that. And as you guys know, you guys also done TCG, so you know how really competitive and really how hard it is just to make a top cut. So for me, being I think it was like my third ever tournament, taking second place, but we'll get more into that later on. Like I'll take that all day. It was a good opportunity. Then it was the winner's circle. I 7-0'd the guy that was in first place. The, oh yeah, like I don't know if you guys know, but it was eggplant. Like he's always at every tournament. He's always setting up his booth and everything. Like he's a great player. He's a great blader. But for I don't know how, but I 7-0'd him. Yeah, so he sells stuff. He has actual products. Um, TT items, also Hasbro items, and he just and yes, uh, that I don't know personally. They probably either have some kind of arrangement or hey, do you mind if I set up a merchandise booth or whatever kind of booth, and they just let it happen. Oh my
Uh,
god.
that may not be a thing in the future, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, I checked it out. They had a bin with like a bunch of Beyblades, but they were all I think priced pretty good for like how competitive they are. I'm pretty sure they probably ordered them online. They had them priced for like $12. They were all the CX bays.
That's pretty good.
Is the gentleman with the booth, are his prices any good, or how do you feel about him?
Um,
Yes.
yeah, they're about asking price. They're not awful.
That's fair enough. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Curious.
So I he does upcharge a little bit, but the way that I see it, he upcharges so you don't have to pay taxes. You don't have to pay anything on top of that, and then you also don't have to wait. That's probably the biggest part. Waiting, especially a week or so, just for a product when you can just get it right there, just pay a little bit extra.
Yeah, don't gotta pay tax on it. Don't gotta pay the shipping fees, stuff like that.
Yeah, so it
Well, yeah, and that makes sense, right? There's if there's always going to be a cheaper way to get something, right?
right,
The
Yeah.
cheapest way is to find it somewhere in Japan, or maybe it won't be anymore with all these new tariffs and stuff. But it used to be you'd find it somewhere in Japan and you'd send it to a proxy and you'd probably send a few different things and get them shipped over here. But that takes time, it's effort. And then you have like the step, a little bit less than that, which is where you order something from, Amazon or Bays and Bricks or, you know, uh, any of those types of sites. But then again, you have to wait still. And then there's
right.
the easiest way, which is the guy has it in front of you. Yeah, maybe it's a few dollars higher, but you get it today and you're not screwing around.
Yeah, and obviously you can,
Exactly.
yeah. So I get why he upcharges just a little bit, so he can actually make a product, make a profit and everything. So he does have good product. I'm not gonna lie about that whatsoever. He does have really good product. But
Well, like I said, I'm curious to check it out next time I'm down there.
I mean,
I can give a good example if you'd like,
yeah, go ahead,
because
go ahead,
the
go
last
ahead.
time I went to a tournament, he had quite a bit of stuff on the tables priced out. And I think the one that really stood out to me, at least, was uh, the Hasbro Attack Stadium, the one that came with Hover Wyvern and Impact Drake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, he didn't have that priced more than $60, which is like that's fair.
yeah, because normally it's about 50 plus tax, and where we are in Minnesota, it's like 7% sales tax, which isn't awful. So that's like an additional. I don't math, like an
Probably
additional.
like $10. Yeah, like 7% on it. It's like $10,
Yeah, something like.
give or take. I mean, and you don't need one because you won one at the event. So I
Yeah, I
mean,
was
they're
actually about.
giving out.
Yeah, the prizes for the tournament were crazy. It was that stadium that I won, and I thought the guy in first place was going to take that because it's a great prize, absolutely phenomenal prize. So
What did he wind up choosing?
it was, what was it? It was like one of the soccer bays.
Oh, I see it
Oh,
right here.
yeah.
The Barcelona Dranbuster.
Yeah, I mean it's a really pretty
Which
bay.
makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's also hard
Yeah,
to get.
I was gonna say, I think from a purely value perspective, like if you understand where to get things for the best prices, I do think the Drop Attack Stadium is probably the more optimal choice. But I'd say for like the average blader that's not on like Zen Market or Buy like all day and all night long,
right.
the Barcelona Bay is definitely rarer. And to buy it from a US vendor, it's probably about the same price as the Drop Attack Stadium. And we all know you can walk into Target and buy a Drop Attack Stadium any day of the week, right?
Right.
So,
Exactly. They have plenty.
Right. And
so I think
absolutely.
I think it makes sense that he took the Barcelona Bay, to be honest.
Yeah. And I wasn't hating on him either because me personally, I wouldn't even want to really use that Barcelona Bay because it's just so pretty looking. It's a really good looking bay. But
I
what I
totally agree with you. I definitely have one that I had gotten and it was in pristine condition, never been used, and I thought about using it, but I'm like, I don't know. I was him and Han, and then I bought a lot off Zen Market, and it came with a Barcelona one that had already been used a little bit. So I'm like, well, this makes it easy. I can use this one that's already been used and put this
yeah,
other
yeah.
one on my shelf. You
Mm-hmm.
know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's for sure.
either way, I was gonna be happy with any of the prizes that I was gonna get. That the stadium with the impact and the wyvern, or the Barcelona Bay. I would have been extremely happy with either one of those. Then the other two prizes were the Transformers, the Optimus Prime and the I don't know who that is. I don't Transformer. And then a booster box or booster pack with the black shell. So either way, they were really good prizes. Overall, $7 entry. So basically, I paid $7 for a stadium with impact and wyvern.
Yeah, I mean that's objectively that's great pricing. You know, even something like the Transformers like double set, like that's $24.99 MSRP, and because it's Amazon exclusive,
Yeah,
it's almost impossible to get it for less than that. You know,
yeah. So
um,
$7 for a 25 plus tax bay. Then you also gotta, if you got Prime, you gotta wait at least 2 days, if that, or maybe even more. So the prices were really good. So I'm really
no, I mean
excited.
it really sounds like it.
Oh yeah, like I don't think any of the Kraken Hits puts on great events. So shout out to Kraken Hits. They actually have events coming up this Saturday, and then also
Oh yeah.
yeah. So Saturday they have an event. Then also the Saturday of the 20th they have an event. But we'll get there uh, probably a little bit more towards the end of the podcast. Um,
Well, real quick, while we're talking about Kraken hits,
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sam, the guy that runs the events there, you just talked about how good the pricing is,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but if you judge an event, like not only do you get free entry, but he also pays you $15. And if
Oh,
it's over 30 players, he pays you $25.
Hey, I did not know that.
Like,
neither did I.
and obviously that's not like some huge massive amount of money, but like does anyone know of any other Beyblade, you know, locals anywhere in the country where the judges are getting any sort of payment? Like That's kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
There probably are, especially in bigger areas, but just it's unheard of here because Beyblade was not really popular here in Minnesota until like real recently.
Yeah, and I love that it's getting so big. Like it's just such a great hobby. The community, I can only speak personally, and you guys can probably also speak about the same. But it is nothing but phenomenal people. Just the people overall are nothing but amazing. So
Yeah,
welcoming.
shout out to all our judges for that because they host great events and they're so kind.
Oh yeah, like it was
Facts.
like a couple weeks ago. Personally, like I did not sign up because I didn't know if I could make it to that one. So I talked to the judge and was like, "Hey, I didn't sign up. Any way I could get in?" And he was just super cool about it. He could have been like, "No, you didn't sign up. Get the hell out of here," kind of thing. Like, no, this whole community is just so welcoming compared to at least Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is so toxic.
Well, that and you have to padlock your backpack if you take your eyes off it for even a second.
Oh my god. Yeah. Luckily, I never had any of my stuff stolen, but I know people that
Uh,
have.
I was gonna say we've had stuff stolen at previous events, but it's been a while since I've heard of something being thefted.
Mm-hmm.
Really, a Beyblade.
Yes, it was at one of the libraries actually.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
That is very
That
interesting.
This is a while ago though. This was
Okay.
like during one of the first big like library get-togethers, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Dang.
I feel like with that, if you loan people pieces or, make sure you get them back or make sure um usually when I go to like events, I don't carry a bunch of stuff. I know everyone has like their tool chests and stuff, but
Right.
Oh yeah.
I always just try to pack light or if someone needs to borrow something, I'll be like, "Hey, like I'll be mindful of it." Just keep that in mind. You never know. Maybe somebody is like just sees something a bit on the floor or something nobody notices, it's gets like everyone in a mix up.
Yeah, absolutely.
The other thing I'll offer is, a venue like Kraken Hits is a little different, right? Everyone who's
Yeah.
at Kraken Hits is either there for Beyblade or they're like probably a regular there for something else, or at the very least, they're like somebody who's probably been in the store before and will probably be in there again. They don't necessarily want to risk theft. But when you're talking about a venue like a public library, you got to remember there's tons of people that are in there that have nothing to do with Beyblade.
Yeah.
And it might not even have been a Beyblade player who stole it. It could have just been someone left their backpack or their tackle box sitting somewhere, and some random homeless person rolls through and just grabs it because, well, it's got to be worth something, Like,
Yeah,
so
especially
it might not have even been a member of the community who took it, and that's the risk you run when you're at a public venue like that.
yeah, and that
Yeah. Unfortunately, obviously, this situation was actually pretty personal. It wasn't me, but it was a friend of mine. We know we aren't going to say names, but it was someone who was in our Beyblade community, and they did give it back. They didn't realize that it was more like a near theft situation in this case, where it's like they were messing around with his parts, and he didn't really give the person permission, and they started using his bits, and then they almost walked away with one of them.
Oh,
But it's
see,
okay.
and
still one
that
of those things where it's like, this is why I am very careful with my stuff, is because I don't want accidental or otherwise, I don't want my stuff getting taken because I spent good money on this.
Hard
well,
earned
it's
money.
wild. You absolutely, and it's wild to me. And this is something that needs to be normalized, and not just in Beyblade, but in any hobby community. You don't touch someone else's stuff without their permission.
Exactly.
Yeah, that goes well, pretty much common sense, but as we all know, common sense ain't that common.
No,
Preach it.
it really isn't.
No,
Not
and
at all.
which is very unfortunate.
Now, now, Cake, was there a topic you wanted to move on to? I feel like we got a little bit sidetracked here.
Oh no, just kind of finishing up the whole, uh, basically going into the finals. I took it for 8-2, and then the final one, which it was basically all spin finishes, so it took a while. So I got 5-8 for the final round, and it was the best of 3, and every single time, actually I can get into my deck right now, because every single time it was a mirror match between both of our samurai sabers. Every single
Oh.
time, and we shuffle up. Yeah, so we shuffle up our decks and everything. I try to figure out um where is he placing his samurai saber, because he took it several times and I was like, okay, his samurai saber is better than mine. I need to try to maneuver around it so we don't need to have a mirror match all over again. But it was every single time, which was unfortunate. But my deck consists of a samurai saber on 360 elevate. It could have ran better through the day, but I was pretty happy with it. A impact Drake on 660 point. Oh no, Silver Wolf on
960 ball.
Not 960 ball.
Yeah.
Pretty standard. If you guys don't know,
Yep.
Just anything 960 ball is really good. Especially anything circular, wolf, rod, even Helm's Knight would be really good on 960 ball. And then last but not least, Wizard Rod on 570 Hexa. This thing was a beast. It knocks. Oh yeah, dude! It knocks around, and then it just sits right up in the center. It doesn't really outspin ball.
No, nothing outspins ball.
I mean, sometimes it can. If the rod hits their rod and kind of knocks it off track a little bit, but Hexa, I loved Hexa. Absolutely, probably one of my favorite bits, probably to date.
Well, I've got some great news for you, because you said you also, because of you getting second place, you were able to get the drop attack stadium, right?
Yes, sir.
Once you put Hexa on Hover Wyvern and give it like a good bit, you will never look back.
Actually, what do I have my Wyvern on?
You should have. It comes in the set with Impact Drake.
No. Yeah, I know that, but I put the Wyvern in my deck now. I took out Samurai Saber and put Wyvern in, but I forgot what it's running on.
Ah.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, double check.
Yeah.
Coming back on Saturday for the next episode.
Yes.
I'm surprised that there was no Cobalt Drakes in the top 4 at all.
The only thing that I can think about.
Wait, Cobalt Drake? I thought you said it was a Hasbro only event.
Oh,
right?
my bad.
Yeah.
Cobalt Dragoon.
Dragoon. Yeah, people ran Dragoon. Actually, I had to loan out my my left spinner because somebody was running it.
Well, I'll tell you why it probably didn't make the top 5, and it's just because Dragoon has become so overused that people are finding counters against it, just like how they did with Rod on Ball. So a lot of people shifted to Ball on Hexa, was to counter the stuff that would normally counter Rod on Ball. So everyone knows Dragoon on Elevate is so good that of course there's going to be counters to it.
Right. So for my Wyvern, I went and got my deck because it was bugging me. So I put it on 655, I think, low rush. So we'll see.
Interesting.
Hey, people said to run it. I haven't ran it yet. I'm gonna play test it on Saturday. Maybe kick out the low rush for kick. So we'll see on how all that goes out.
Hopefully,
Hey,
I'll
did no
be there this Saturday, so we'll see.
Absolutely.
did nobody post the link in the Great Plains Beyblade?
Let's see.
I
I
did
was trying
not.
to get the link.
Yeah, I was busy kind of getting all the stream stuff together. That's why I asked you guys to do it. Either way, so grand total, I went second place out of a great day, especially going from very bottom 8th place to taking second place, and then the next game 8. Oh yeah, I thought it was 7 points, but it was end up being 8 points. Then I ended up going 8-0 on my first round, and the confidence kind of went forward towards that. But hopefully, I can kind of retain my title, second place title, on this Saturday.
Yeah, if I'm able to come and play the Beyblades, I'll definitely give you some good competition.
Ooh, that's a challenge, my man. That sounds like a challenge.
Yes, and it'll be a fun one where we'll spin to win.
Count me in.
All you do is spin, 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 no matter what.
Oh my god, no.
I try to spin in order to win, but sometimes I spin in order to hit the fish on the fin.
Because every time I step into the building, everyone's built. All the bladers' hands go up.
There you
Oh.
go.
And I knew what the hell you were going with.
I purposely picked a very popular song that I figured most people knew.
Yeah. Well, I guess not all
You
people,
guys,
but
you
it
guys
is.
want to go over the? Seems like there was a couple other events that we could kind of go over and like maybe kind of give a meta prediction for this Saturday because I've been
Ooh,
seeing.
yeah.
So let's see. It looks like they in North Dakota they had a 32 player tournament, and it seems like everyone in the top four almost had a new shark scale coming out. And
Oh, yeah, no, Shark Scale is 100% taking over all of Beyblade
Mhm.
X right now, and for good reason. That thing is a monster on Rush or Low Rush.
Yeah, I've seen some videos of it on Rush, and that hits like a truck. I
so
haven't.
what do we think is the best counter for that then? If it's like gonna be hitting like a truck.
Well,
Probably just a
I
really good
I
defense.
I've heard some things and I've seen some testing being done. And of course, any really good heavy defensive blade on Hexa seems to be doing all right. But even more so, anything that can like stay out of the way of its spinning, because it's just like its predecessor, but with more stamina. In the fact that like it it it'll hit you hard, and it's more likely to hit you really hard every time you have a collision. But it doesn't have like the it's not like Wizard Rod when it comes to stamina, obviously.
So does Wizard Rod um like compete against it really well, or does Wizard Rod still kind of outspin?
I think
From
I haven't
oh,
seen any
go ahead.
videos, so I
Sorry.
don't know.
I think if Wizard Rod is on Hexa, it'll perform kind of 50-50 to it, but if you got Wizard Rod on ball, I don't know about that. I think you need to have Rod on Hexa now to kind of keep it from scraping.
Yeah.
That's wild that there's finally an attack blade powerful enough that it makes Rod want to change like its build.
Yeah, it took how long? Like 6 months for that to happen?
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, Dragoon changed that first.
Well, yeah,
And
I suppose.
that's technically an attack type.
I it may be, but I hesitate to ever say Cobalt Dragoon is an attack type. Like,
I know it feels weird. But I do have some great news from what I've been hearing from places that have been dealing with shark scale, which is uh, Scorpion on a defensive bit has been doing pretty good at countering it.
Oh, I keep
But
forgetting
more
about
importantly,
Scorpion.
I've been hearing Hover Wyvern has been actually doing very well against it.
Oh, no shit.
Well, Hover Wyvern's just hot in general. Like that's another really powerful blade that I think hasn't been getting maybe as much attention as it should have because it's locked behind a $50 stadium set.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. Pretty fair.
And for me, like I can't speak for everyone. For me, I'm not saying I'm balling out of control, but like if there's a hot new blade in a $50 stadium set, I'm buying the stadium set. But I know that's not everyone's situation, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, because me personally, did not want to buy the drop stadium because one, I don't need another stadium. That's just gonna take up space. Two, I did not need another impact Drake. I have a sealed TT impact Drake, and I don't know what the hell I'm even gonna do with it. Plus, I already have like an opened one and everything, so I didn't need a third.
Yeah.
Well, now you do have a third.
Oh, man, shut up.
You have a third and another stadium to worry about
Oh my
storing.
god.
But yeah, it is
Yeah.
tough because I think most serious bladers have impact Drake, even if not for the blade, obviously for the bit, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
100%.
the stadium is just another Hasbro special. It's never going to be a tournament stadium. No one takes it seriously. And I've heard it's just not the greatest quality on top of that. So, really, for most people, the value proposition is are you willing to pay probably $55 after tax for a Hover Wyvern? Yes or no?
Well, it's a good thing there are websites that are dedicated to selling just Beyblade X pieces on their own.
True.
And I know what you're talking about, but I've heard that Hover Wyvern's kind of ridiculous on those sites.
Um, Give me 1 second to check my favorite website for looking at parts and see how much it costs.
What
Yeah,
website
because
would that be?
Spin City
City
Imports.
imports.
Okay, gotcha.
Uh,
Because I'm kind of curious now too, because I've heard good things about Spin City, but I've also heard that sometimes they're pricey. So.
Right. Yeah, and
I
especially
mean, they
Also,
can be.
like
have you guys also seen? Since we're talking about Shark Scale, I don't know if you guys remember, but when Shark Scale was on pre-order, like you could get it on most of these sites for like 50, maybe 45 if you had a decent discount code or something.
right.
Now I'm seeing it sold out, and the places that do have it are up to like 70 and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just noticed because I went to Spin City too,
Oh.
because Chad was talking about it, and they have the Shark Scale marked at 60, which is higher than, like I said, most sites had it for at pre-order, and it's sold out at 60.
Um uh, yeah, I guess.
Goodness.
It's just sold out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably a really popular product right now. It seems like I was thinking about getting one, and then I was like, well, I can't even buy it. So what do you do? You
Yeah,
know?
right.
Fortunately, I'm fortunate enough that I own an Aero Pegasus that I got a while ago, but I'm just like, man, I was able to get an Aero Pegasus off like Buy for pretty cheap, cheaper than normal. But I mean, yeah, they got the deck up on Amazon for like $60. So if you pre-ordered it, you probably saved yourself some
Oh,
money.
it's not on Spin City. Interesting.
Yeah, and I just looked at Bays and Bricks and it's on there, but you just can't pre-order it because they're probably all sold out of pre-orders.
Yeah, that one surprised me. It's pretty crazy. I think the Shark Scale is just so incredibly powerful. Wait, hold on. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
So I did find it for the $49.99 at Mall of Toys. However, anyone listening, I have heard mixed reviews about Mall of Toys.
Same. Same thing with what am I thinking of? What's the other one? I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, that one.
yeah, that one. Hey, thanks, Chad. Appreciate it.
I have
Yeah.
not
And not
ordered
that I,
anything off that site.
and not that I've ever heard like straight up like Mall of Toys just ripped me off and didn't ship me something. But what I hear a lot is if you like don't pre-order something like instantly when it goes up, you'll get filtered into like the second or the third wave, and you might
Yeah.
not get your item for like 2 months.
That is
Ooh.
Like
true.
after some other people have already started getting it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
obviously that can be frustrating.
Right. Absolutely. Because it's like that commercial. I want my money and I need it now. Like, no, it's my bays and I need it now.
JG Wentworth 877 cash now.
Not sponsored.
Call now for your consultation today.
Oh my god. Oh, we're not going down that rabbit hole anytime soon.
So, guys, speaking of some of these other new releases, real quick, I think we touch on Solar Eclipse on our last episode?
Yeah, I think we talked about it
Yes,
slightly.
I mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that one's still seeming like people are real excited about it. But guys, I don't know if we could go through this episode without talking about the new Infinity Stadium
Dude.
with the red
give me a
Cobalt
break.
Drake.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
shocked at that.
Oh, and a goat.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's the debut of
$150.
Yes, I am also on Bays and Bricks. The debut of the goat in Japan is obviously cool, but I mean,
shit.
that Cobalt Drake is, I honestly, and this is just me, no one has to agree with me, I like it better than the original.
Yeah,
I think it's
This is
pretty.
fair.
the red is a lot better than the blue. That's for sure.
But the
100
question
I-
we have to ask ourselves now is: are you going to spend $100 on a mid stadium for a good-looking Drake
and goat.
and a goat?
And a goat.
Well, so I mean, the goat's cool just because it's different than the one we got. So I mean, that's fine. You
Yeah.
know, at least that's like a different looking one. But what I will say is Bays and Bricks has the stadium set for 150. I don't think I'm paying that for it. Mall of Toys does have it for 109.99, but it is sold out. I guess they actually had splits where like you could get the Drake and the goat together for 60, or you could get the stadium for 60, and they seem to have plenty of the stadium split off, but they're sold out of the Drake and the goat for 60, and they're sold out of the entire set for the 110.
So what Wayward just set up in chat, new molds as well for the Drake. That's wild.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very, I mean, overall, the cosmetic of that Drake, probably 10 out of 10. It just pops.
Listen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Painted bays will always look the most beautiful until you start using them, and then they will look absolutely atrocious.
And I think we all have a copy of Solar Flare. That's all beat to shit. Paint is all.
Don't even get me started.
Oh my god. As a heads up, guys, they do have the full set, both the bays and the stadium, for the 109.99 also at Bay Warehouse, and that one is still available. You can still pre-order that today, right this second.
Fantastic.
As I stated last time we had this, I'm definitely not going to pre-order it because I've seen how bays actually perform in that stadium, and no, thank you. If I wanted my attack type Beyblade to kill itself on the rail, I would use Shinobi.
Oh.
What I am curious about, and guys, I sometimes spend too much money on this, so I may very well pre-order the stadium. But what I am curious about is at the end of the day, like, you know, let's say a few weeks, a month after this product releases, I'm curious what the Drake will settle at by itself on something like Mercari.jp. you know, if somebody
That's a good
wanted to
that's
just order the Drake, I'm curious what that kind of settles at.
good question. I'm gonna say right now, $50.
That wouldn't
Mm,
surprise me.
Probably.
I think eventually it'll settle to like just barely above double digits, like when the price finally settles down.
So what you're saying, give it like 3 months or so down the line. Like when does it even drop?
I'm seeing. So I think there is an estimate on. Let's see. Somewhere I got the impression. Okay, so Bays and Bricks is claiming um ships late October, early November.
Okay.
Mm.
Should release October 11th. It looks like.
Oh, October.
Yeah, and then so their estimate makes sense because what I assume they're telling us is when it will ship from them to us. So if
Okay.
it
Yeah.
launches the 11th in Japan, it obviously takes a few weeks for them to get them here stateside. Then they have to ship them out to us, the end users, right?
So let's just say
Yeah.
first week of November.
That seems like a pretty fair guesstimate.
Yeah.
What I'm going to be waiting for, and unfortunately, and I don't want to get into politics or whatever, but we all know that the tariffs are here. I'm curious what it's going to look like from, how do you say that website? Suragaya? I can't say it right, I'm sure.
That I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard that one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like, I think you
Yeah.
pronounced it right. You pronounced it right.
Yeah, so because they tend to have the best prices on things, but they don't always have a ton of stock. And especially when they do, usually they do like free shipping weekends. But now I'm curious how that's going to work out with the tariffs now, because I don't even think Japan Post is shipping to the US right now.
Yeah, that's fair. All we
Yeah.
can do is wait and see, I suppose.
Just gotta wait and see what's gonna happen.
Well, and that's what I think I'm going to wait for, is I'm going to see when this stadium drops on Suragaya, because I think a lot of these pricing on Bays and Bricks and Mall of Toys and all that kind of stuff, I think that pricing is based on them not being sure what's going on with the tariffs, and also hype around this beautiful Cobalt Drake.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be curious what Suragaya puts it up for, and if it's even really feasible to get it here with the shipping lanes kind of shut down the way they are right now. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really going to be very interesting. So, what are you guys' thoughts on? Because we talked about this before. What are your guys' thoughts on like the difference between Hasbro and TT products?
I'm glad the bridge is narrowing.
I feel like whatever products they're still making, a lot of the TT products are just still a lot better when it comes to comparing it to Hasbro products. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's a lot of weight differences. The molds are different. Like, the TT products are a lot better for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wait, you guys feel like that even like with Beyblade X stuff?
No. As someone who's lived through the awfulness that was Hasbro during the Metal Fight series, this is such a huge step in the right direction, what they've been doing with Beyblade X. Most of the Hasbro stuff has been very, very comparable, except for the stadiums. Once again, Hasbro's the king of not knowing what to do with the actual
Oh my-
proper stadiums.
Yeah, the for a beginner, the first Hasbro Stadium, not the Drop Stadium or anything else like that. The first Hasbro Stadium for a beginner, absolutely phenomenal. Because it gave you the like idea of what a TT stadium kind of feels like. Obviously, not 100%, but it has that idea.
I would argue that for introducing new players to the game, the Hasbro Stadium is actually even better than the TT Stadium. And I know someone's going to listen to this and they're going to come try to assassinate me.
Yeah,
okay?
that's a hot
But
take, buddy. That's a hot take.
Now, I am not saying the Hasbro Stadium is in any way better for competitive play, because it is not.
Oh,
However,
no.
for people who are brand new to the game and just want to see bays collide a bunch and fly into pockets, the Hasbro Stadium does do that
Yeah.
more so than the TT Stadium does.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, I can confirm that. My friend AJ, who I got into Beyblade X, we've been using my Hasbro Stadium, and he absolutely loves the way they bounce around in there. And then when we go to like Kraken hits and use their TT stadiums, he notices the big difference in like launch angles and everything, which is why the Hasbro stadiums it is pretty good, but at the same time, it gives you the wrong techniques, I guess is the best way of putting it, when moving on to a TT stadium, because with TT you get a bigger opening for better launch angles. The angles definitely matter way more in a TT stadium than like a Hasbro.
Mm,
Yeah, you definitely
Yeah.
don't have a lot of space to like readjust your launch if you're gonna switch it up mid launch, and it's
Exactly.
kind of gets cramped.
I would actually argue on that one because technique should matter on Hasbro because it is so small and everything is so compact. Everything just goes so fast. One false, like, one wrong angle, you're going out of that small pocket.
Normally I would agree with you, Cake, but unfortunately my friend's Impact Drake would love to beg to differ, because no matter how he launches it or how I launch it, if that thing doesn't make contact with a Beyblade as it's leaving the X rail, it is going to pocket every single time.
Yeah, like just by itself. So that's where the like having a good angle and everything else like that actually matters. But it's a good little debate.
I mean, I just think it's a good
Exactly.
entry point. And if I think getting the original stadium and 2 bays, and I know the MSRP is $49.99, but unless you're as blind as a bat, it always seems to be on special somewhere for at least $40. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think that's a much better entry point than trying to convince somebody to pay $60 for a stadium that comes with nothing, and then they
Oh
also
no,
have to buy bays in
100%.
addition to that.
Yes.
No, 100%. Hasbro is definitely better in when it comes to getting started, but it just the thing that I'm trying to say is it like teaches you the wrong way of how to angle,
Oh no, I
because
mean
the way you angle in a TT versus a Hasbro is massively different.
Right.
so now, guys, you wanted to talk about the differences between Hasbro and TT, right? We've been talking about the stadiums a little bit, and that's been kind of fun. And I know, and I never played during Metal Fight, I never played during Burst, so I can't speak from personal experience, but I know from reading and hearing and listening that there is a huge difference in the quality of production between TT bays and Hasbro bays. Now,
Yes.
in X, which is primarily what we're dealing with today, and I think what most people who are listening are probably here to hear about. Um, do you guys think there's a huge difference between just a I don't know, let's just go with the new CX ones, okay? Like the Arc Wizard, the Reaper, the Courage Dran, the Dark Perseus. Is the Hasbro one equivalent to the TT one? Do you guys see any discernible difference? Like, what are your thoughts?
Unfortunately, the only CX bay I currently have is Reaper, but from the research that I always like to do to keep on top of what's going on in the Beyblade world, what I'm hearing from people is the Hasbro ones at their worst are like a couple grams lighter than their TT versions, which is not great, but also not terrible at the same time.
Now, when you say a couple grams lighter, do you mean the entire bay, or are we talking just
The entire
just
bay.
the okay? And have from your reading, have you been able to discern what part it is that is lighter, or are all of them just a tiny bit lighter and they combine to make up a couple grams of difference?
It's usually the metal. Hasbro has always cut corners when it comes to the weight of their metal discs, at least for the most part.
How are you
Usually,
guys?
even with like the remolds or like the Hasbro exclusive bays, when they're just like different like remakes of like older molds, like they're always weigh a lot less than the original bay too. Like Hasbro definitely doesn't, put a lot of metal in it. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's for safety concerns. They probably have to have it weigh within a certain amount.
I haven't
I'm
personally.
just
Yeah, I personally haven't dealt with any of the TT CX line. I've only have besides Pegasus, because I just really wanted the turbo bit, which is uh, hit or miss.
is that the bottom part?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I have seen that get burst a lot. Also, I've noticed like from seeing my friends play with theirs, because I have one, but I don't play always as much as my buddies do.
Mhm.
It doesn't stay snug on the top part of the Pegasus after like a little while. Like it gets pretty loose pretty quick, I feel like.
I feel like all the CX bays that have came out have been really underwhelming,
I'm
and
not a
the
big
regular stock bays are just better.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the CX line. I like some of the like bits and everything, but nothing is really standing out. Like kick is cool. I do like me the kick bit, but and then the turbo bit is maybe turbo's cool, but everything else is kind of mid.
Yeah, everything's pretty. I mean, like even looking at like tournament results and stuff, like
Nobody is
you
running
never
CX.
see a CX.
No.
Never see a CX.
I heard for a little bit there was, I don't know, some people, maybe it was in Asia or something, who were having some level of success with Arc Wizard. And I couldn't tell you exactly what they were doing because this was a little bit ago that I saw this, but
Yeah.
I think from what I've seen, that's the best one, but it's still not anywhere near the best bay right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah. Um,
it's
when it
different.
comes to Beyblade X, the normal line is definitely the superior line, but don't knock the bits that you can find in the CX line for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I like the CX bits just because they're different and not all of them other CX lines has they have their own bit, which is very cool. And like kick, you can only get that through Incendio. You can only get the turbo.
Reaper, yep.
Yep, Reaper. You can only get turbo from Pegasus compared to uh what's it, just a random bit ball, I guess. Ball comes on a couple other, I believe, a couple products.
Ball gets like printed all the time, and like a bunch of Hasbro double sets. Like Ball's been out a lot. They definitely
Mm-hmm.
definitely need to like reprint some more bits though. Like keep reprinting Elevate, Rush, stuff like that. Because I feel like those are the most common bits.
I think eventually they will reproduce Elevate. I don't see
Yeah,
why I don't
they
see why
have
they
to.
couldn't. I don't see how they couldn't. Elevate is just a good bit. You can only get that with a really rare bay right now.
which one?
That'd be the Tide Whale.
Oh, are you
Don't
talking about
forget the
Elevate?
Mammoth one.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Still can't find
Isn't
any
there one that
Tide
comes on an
Whale.
exclusive Mammoth as well, though? Like
Yeah,
the black and
the black and
ink Mammoth.
Black and pink. Oh man, that's such a pretty looking bay.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
It's so
But
it's like $60 though.
Yeah, that's like for a pink and black mammoth, nah.
Yeah.
For a beta, it's not really that great. Like, I don't know if I want
Oh,
to
definitely just a display piece.
yeah, I definitely have a few extras. Someone wants to buy one at some point.
Hey, I might have to hit you up.
Hey,
Hey.
I definitely want that black Elevate for my Cobalt.
Oh.
So it's
Ooh.
the elevate on that one is pink.
Is it?
That'll still work.
I thought it was black.
No, the bay itself is very black, like the metal coat.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the bit is pink.
Oh.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, the more you know.
Still a good bit.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean I like it. So I should clarify, the bit, like the outer side of the bit is pink, the stem is black. Like the part that goes inside the bay.
Oh.
And if you guys like Google it, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but there's actually a yellow Elevate too.
Where the hell's
Oh?
that?
It is from Leon Crest, from a random booster, I believe. I think it's Leon Crest.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's like another like good luck. Like you're probably better off buying the random whale wave booster. And
Man, we just got just our big disappointment all at the same time. Oh, about Leon Crest.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can say is I do have one of them, and I am very happy only because now I can make. I don't know if you guys have paid attention to the most recent random booster that's launched in Japan. But there's a yellow Cobalt Dragoon, so now I can make Piss Dragoon with the yellow Dragoon and the yellow Elevate.
Oh my god.
So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, so as far as I know, those are the only 3 instances of Elevate. And if you guys like check Amazon or GameStop or anywhere, the whale waves are still being scalped really hard right now.
Yep.
The ones with Elevate?
Yeah, just like the American blister, like a few of them came up on Amazon the other night, and I mean they were gone within an hour.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Gotta love the
So
scalping.
Yeah, it's pretty much hope you find one at GameStop, or like Walmart just gets restocked so infrequently. It's kind of a nightmare, to be honest.
Was it?
And I don't know if you guys saw. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, was it you guys saying if you go to GameStop, just ask them because they might have them stashed up in the back?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was what I said last show.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. All right, my bad. Keep
Because
going.
they just don't have enough shelf space. Like you guys have seen how small the Beyblade sections are in most of these. They'll put out like 1 or 2 of each, and then usually there's a couple still in the back. Whereas Walmart does have enough space, and they will just put out all 6 or 12 whale waves they got at once, and Johnny B Scalper will just come in and buy all 6 or 12 of them, and then repost them on eBay for $30 a piece.
Yep.
And I don't know if you guys saw, but the first few days, I know we had talked about the new Hasbro series CXs that were coming out, the Fox Brush, and then obviously the 3, what do you call them? Echoes? Is that the correct term?
Echo,
Yep. And now it's getting better, but the first few days those were up. I don't know if you guys saw, but Toy Wiz bought out like a bunch of them, and then we're reposting them for like $99.99.
Oh Jesus.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah. That's not it. I mean, unfortunately, it is. Now, fortunately for any viewers who are listening right now who may have not been able to get those in kind of the first wave of releases, 3 of the 4 of those new CXs are available on Amazon right now. Fort Hornet, unfortunately, is sold out, but the Fox Brush, the Wiggle Kraken, and the Antler Stag are all available to order right this second on Amazon for their normal $12.99 MSRP price.
Ooh, no kidding. I didn't even know that. Hold on.
Nice.
Yeah, some of them had come up last night for a little bit. I'd posted on the server. And I'm just
Hey,
looking
yeah,
now because I had brought it up.
Looky there.
Yeah,
Yep,
I'm like
Fort
looking
Hornet
at.
is still sold out, but the other 3 are up.
I mean, I think out of all of them, the Four Hornet does have the nicest kind of aesthetic.
Oh yeah. Actually, ooh, I don't know. I think Stag might for me.
I like
or
the colors on
Cra-
Stag.
or
I'm a
Kraken.
big purple guy.
I think Kraken actually has it for me.
And I'm just happy that 3 of the 4 of them are in stock. I got lucky and got Stag and Fort Hornet. I think over this past weekend they'd come up for a little bit. Oh, just those 2, and I was able to get them. And then last night when I had posted on Discord that the Kraken and the Fox Brush had came back up, I got one of those, both of those too. So all 4 of them are on their way to me. I'm happy.
970 Gear Rush, huh?
But guys, I don't know if you're looking at the Amazon store right now too. We're talking about new releases. Golem Rock did finally launch. That is able to be added to cart right now, $9.99. Shelter Drake, red, $9.99. And I don't know if you guys noticed because these aren't nearly as exciting, but these recolors of Lance Knight and Arrow Wizard are also available on Amazon right now.
Golem Rock, I think, is definitely a must buy if you don't have it.
I think anyone who doesn't already have a TT Golem Rock, I think you should absolutely buy one for $9.99.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Shelter Drake, maybe not so much. Not.
Don't get that.
It's too bad because I love how it looks. I just don't love how it performs.
Why the hell is Samurai Saber $42 on Amazon?
On Amazon, because, and don't quote me on this, because I don't think Amazon actually gets any direct shipments of those. I'm pretty sure those are private sellers. As far as I know, the only place I've seen Samurai Saber is Target. Have you guys seen anything different?
I want to say
Yeah, I've only seen it at Target, stuff
yeah.
like that.
I want to say
I got
Walmart
mine when it
too.
came out for TT, but so I got it with all this stuff. Is the regular one just like with the just the bay itself, right? Not the extra parts to it, or is it the whole
No,
kit?
no, it's the whole kit. And that was what made people so happy, was that it was the Samurai and the Victory. I guess here in the US they call it the Victory launcher, rather than the Hold launcher. But yeah, the whole thing for $24.99, which was a pretty good price in comparison to what most people are paying to import it.
I believe Antler Stag is slightly heavier than Flame as well. Someone said up in chat.
Oh, really? And then, guys, this one's a little bit older, but if you're on Amazon anyway, they do have the Taco Goat Duo Pack with the red sword Ran Woohoo in stock. And also, this one's maybe a little more interesting. They do have the Ghost Circle Dual Pack with the Chain Incendio in stock right now as well. So if you've been looking for a Ghost Circle and didn't want to pay the $40 or $50 whatever it's going for in Japan, now you can get one along with another bay for $14.99.
First off, I think Ghost is a very underrated bay. Especially just
I think
that.
it's a really cool looking bay.
I'm just speaking from personal. I bought Eggplant had one at a tournament. I actually split that blister pack because this person wanted the Chain Incendio for some damn reason with the gear
Holy
bit.
crap.
What?
I mean, not everyone in life is as lucky as you are. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, no kidding. I was like,
Yeah.
I want this blister, but I don't need another Chain Incendio. So I just overheard her saying, "Oh, hey, I would like that Chain Incendio, but I don't need to go." So I was like, "You know what? I will split that box with you."
Deal.
Oh yeah. Oh, I also need that gear bit. Oh, okay, you can have that. Give me the taper. I don't care. I love taper. Personally, taper is a very underrated bit. Me personally, I love taper. So put gear or put Ghost on the 080 taper, good. It's so light, it's so good. It's not like top
I just think
tier or anything, but it's good. It's fun.
I think Ghost is beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know that I love its ratchet. I probably haven't messed around with it enough, but that's the only bay that comes with that ratchet right now, correct?
The 080, yes. To my knowledge.
So I just think it's kind of a unique thing right now, and I think I'm just so glad because I think this version, the pink one, was the prize one in Japan, and before there was before we were notified that we were going to get a release of this pretty soon, I think it was going for like $50. And I'm just, you guys were talking about the difference between TT and Hasbro, and we were talking primarily about quality, but I'm just really glad that Hasbro doesn't do this random booster crap. And, God forbid it's a good one. Now you're paying $50, $60 for the prize bay,
Right. What are the Hasbro
Yeah.
exclusive only bays?
Well, the three new CX ones we were talking about, right?
The Stag, the
Kraken and the Hornet.
Kraken,
Yep.
Hornet, yeah.
And
Those are okay.
They did have more, but then they started releasing them in Takara Tomy. So we definitely got a lot less now.
Okay.
Yeah, Tackle Goat will be unique to us until I believe they said October 11th, and then it's coming in that stadium set.
Yeah.
And
now they just got Roar Tyranno in that deck set, didn't they?
And also not counting any of the like the collab pieces like the Transformers, the Star Wars, and the other collabs that they got.
So the Shark Scale deck set that came with Roar Tyranno, right? Because that was exclusive to us until then, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, correct. We did.
Now there's a different color.
For a while.
Gill Shark.
Oh yeah, that was, I believe, one of the very first ones.
No, Gill Shark's pretty recent. Gill Shark
like the
came
first
in
Hasbro. The first
no, because Gill Shark just came out in that dual pack in, I don't know, this summer. It just came out.
Oh, I'm thinking wait.
Yeah, Gill Shark. It's like a orange bay.
Oh, I was thinking Keel Shark.
Is Gill Shark the one that's based on that short guy in the anime who sponsors the team? Is that his bay?
I think so. If it's not, it's just another one of the maiden's bays.
Okay.
I'm trying to see.
Oh, Shark Edge.
And then I think Yell Kong is still exclusive to us right now. I don't think Japan has a release of Yell Kong.
Ew. They can have it.
They did get Bear Scratch. They do have Knife Shinobi. I believe that came as a blue metal coat in their Nintendo Switch game.
Yeah, so the Gill Shark is a Mako Maiden.
Okay. And then they did get Steel Samurai, right? Because they just got, what is it, a white metal coat of Steel Samurai?
Yeah.
And there's now a pre-order for like a white and green and something other.
That one looks beautiful. It looks like a Miami. They should just make it the official bay of the Miami Dolphins. I actually love it, to be honest. I'm not even being facetious.
I was able to find that dual pack on Amazon, but it's not even listed. But it does come with a Pearl Tiger.
Yes, it does. That is correct. I can find it right here, $14.99. It's in the Beyblade X official store. And then I guess we did have. I just saw something else that I recognized. Wasn't Bite Croc exclusive for a while until the green metal coat Koro one came out?
Yeah, Bite Croc was exclusive for a while, and then yep.
Yeah. So right now there's not too many.
Right.
I mean, really not that many.
Which is cool.
Yeah. Besides the Echoes,
Do you guys think that
Yeah,
Hasbro should have their own exclusives and TT should have their own exclusives as well, or do you think
no.
no?
I think
Um,
at some point Hasbro should release Aero Pegasus because, or some way to implement the gotcha Bay X over here, but I think there's just too many people to like have that over here. You know, I don't know if you guys have tried downloading like the Japanese app when you get codes and trying to get the rare get bays, but
yep.
that's
Yeah.
like crazy hard to do.
Yeah, I have Android and it won't let me until I get a VPN, and I'm not doing all of that.
It's actually, so you're right. However, it's actually like super easy to do.
All right, well, maybe on
I,
Saturday you can help me with that.
that's fine. I've done it on both Android and iOS.
Bet.
And in my opinion, it's definitely harder on iOS, but that's just
Yeah.
again my opinion. Because I have like an extra phone, you know, for that's Android, and I have the like I think I have it set to Taiwan over there for the Asian region codes I get, and then I
Right.
have my primary phone, my iPhone, set up to the Japanese region for the Japanese codes I get.
Interesting.
Yeah, I had my iOS phone set up to it, and then I think something happened. There was an update, and then so it like kicked me out because I had it set to somewhere in Japan, and I just put like an address, kind of like a VPN, and then
Yeah.
my app full ID like reset or something. So then it just like, oh hey, you can't be using this. So I'm like, oh,
Oh,
had a bunch of
gross.
points on there.
Ugh,
Oh, that's super terrible.
very
I had just
unfortunate.
made a separate account, and that's how I do that. Um, so it's very interesting what you asked, Cake, because I like right out of the gate I said no. And the reason I said no is because they are trying to, I mean, we even talked about it a little bit last time about the idea of having a Beyblade X championship at the Olympics. If they want this to be a true sport, you know, or even a hobby, you know, at the same level as something like Magic the Gathering,
Like a
um,
well-known hobby.
yeah, like listen, Magic definitely, like there are expensive cards in Magic the Gathering. There are expensive cards in Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon and all these games. But what there isn't in like Magic the Gathering, for instance, which is probably the most well-known card game in the competitive scene and probably the most popular card game to actually play. I know a lot of people collect Pokemon, but I think the amount of players is far less.
Very
Um,
true. Because I
is
think
that
people would rather play the game, like the video game, compared to the TCG. But yeah, I think you're on the
with
same track.
with Magic, there are no region exclusive cards. You know, if there is a card that's legal for tournament play and it is legal here and it is legal in Japan, and when we all go to the World Championships, everyone has it, whether you're from Japan or from France or from America or Mexico or Brazil, it doesn't matter. When they start doing these rare get bays, like I don't mind the rare get bays in Japan. I understand that gotcha games are much more like common and accepted in Asia than they are here. And I'm not saying that I think it's right or fair if Hasbro puts out Aero Pegasus in a 999, you know, starter set tomorrow when people in Japan had to spend hundreds of dollars to get theirs. I do feel like they're going to lock it behind a more premiumly priced item. But I think to not have any region outside of Asia have access to some of these bays, at least not without, you know, having to pay to import them and then pay $200 and import fees and now tariffs and a proxy and all this different stuff. I don't think that's good for the health of the competitive scene worldwide. And that's just my opinion.
Interesting. Someone up in chat says cards are expensive mainly because the only way to acquire them is through random packs. I agree with that, yes and no, because obviously you can just buy them individually. But he also says there's no randomness in Beyblades unless it's only random boosters, which only done in Japan,
Mm.
which is
Well, the random
also which is
there,
very
there
true.
there are random boosters in Japan, but the randomness is the rare bay get battle. You know, it is random. Like literally, there is no skill to that game. It's literally, I think it's a 0.7% chance per roll to get the Arrow Pegasus or the Cobalt Drake or the Valkyrie Voltage, or whatever the new one's called. Um, and that is where the randomness comes, and that's where the rarity comes from,
Well,
right?
yeah,
And
even in
then
the booster, the random blister, uh, booster boxes that packs that we get here, like the one with
I mean,
the cute looking whale. I'm blanking on what the hell that the
Whale Wave.
a whale wave or
no no it's like the cute little cartoony wave, the whale.
In Beyblade,
Yeah,
Tide Whale.
tide whale. Yeah, tide wave.
Yeah, Tide Whale and Whale Wave is just the U.S. and Asian
Oh,
versions of the
okay,
name. It's the
then
same
it's not
thing.
then it's not then. Why am I
Oh,
blanking?
you mean that one from the new random booster in
Yeah,
Japan?
yeah. It looks like a cute
Yeah,
little fucking cartoon thing.
what is that called? Is that BX? Is it CX08?
I don't
Maybe I think is the release name. I know
Beyblade.
exactly what you're talking. It's the
Beyblade.
Cerberus Flame random booster. Um, and it's the whale is the secondary prize.
Yeah, so those are completely random. I think I never thought about this until honestly now. I think the U.S. should do just random blisters like that.
So I'm curious to hear your argument.
Okay, but hold on. He said you can't buy the cards individually directly from the company. Uh, those singles are third-party market. Another note: Cobalt, Drake, and Arrow not being released here didn't affect official Hasbro events, only grassroots events.
So I understand what he's saying, and I'm not saying like what he is saying is factually correct, but let's be honest, Hasbro's official support for the game has been completely abysmal. If we didn't have grassroots events, no one would be playing this outside of at their house with a few buddies.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, because when it just started, that's how everything was. Kids were just on their front porch on a whatever the hell they can get their hands on, like a lid to something or whatever, just letting it rip and having a grand old time. And now look at it, like 25 or so years later, several companies,
With
TT and everything else, has their own stadium and other shit like that.
And what I will say is without the WBO, and I know there's another one that I think is more popular down south, like
WBBA.
BBAX or something. Yeah. I'm sure I butchered the name, but without these grassroots organizations, we would not have the Beyblade X scene we do have, because Hasbro's official events, all this 13 and under only, and oh, there is one event for people 13 and older, but it's only in California and only 100 or 200 people can compete, and there's no pre-register. I mean, it's been terrible. It's been absolutely abhorrent. I mean, Hasbro should walk backwards to pick up their paycheck when we buy all their bays every month, because they should be ashamed of how poor their official tournament support is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, am I wrong? Someone tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
No, I
That's
can't say that
100%
you
true.
are. I mean, I can say you're wrong, but then I'd be lying.
Well, and here's the wild part. We just referenced Magic the Gathering not 10 minutes ago. Hasbro also owns Wizards of the Coast, who makes Magic the Gathering. So how are you responsible for the most played card game on the entire planet? And they have a great tournament system for that. I mean, holy crap, Friday Night Magic, all these different promos that are, exclusive to their events. They run, locals, regionals, nationals, Like, how can they do so well with that and just poop the bed so badly when it comes to Beyblade?
Because that's it. Magic is their number one thing that they're going to put their money and effort and blood, sweat, and tears and who knows what other bodily fluids they want to put into it. And everyone is going to support anything that they do. Same thing with like Blizzards of the Coast. Like a lot of their money went towards like World of Warcraft compared to like putting it into like Overwatch or what's that card game, Hearthstone, and other shit that they actually put together. They just know.
Listen,
they just know that Magic. They just know that Magic is the number one thing that people are gonna buy, and that's where all their money is going to be thrown into. Yeah, they might have a couple extra pennies to rub together and throw it towards any other Hasbro items such as G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, or whatever. But everything else is going to go towards their moneymaker, which is Magic.
And listen, I agree with putting your cash cow first. I can't argue with that.
Yeah,
I just
Magic.
feel like
absolutely.
they have the framework to run basic events for this and to run regionals and either state or national championships, whatever. Like they have all this software already in place for Magic that they could literally just make minor adjustments to for Beyblade. And like, I'm not saying they need to pour tons and tons of money, but just any level of official support would be helpful. In fact, I heard that TT reps that were at the US national championship, I'm using air quotes right now, were actually talking to WBO people about having them put on events here on their behalf because they were so disappointed with how Hasbro did.
Well, going off of the guy that's been talking on my Twitch channel, he says, yes, thankfully, Hasbro and TT opened their eyes after the expo as they are actually seeing the numbers. They are doing the 18 plus event in Atlanta later this month, which is, I think that's cool. An 18 plus only event. First adult only event, which if people keep showing up to these events, they will see there's numbers if they need people to show up.
I feel like if anything, this is like us putting it out to Hasbro that they created this brand, they bought a brand, they brought it over from overseas, right? Same with like I'm a big Power Rangers fan, right? And they own that same property, but
same.
Again, it was something that they
kind
of migrated over
after several attempts, but different story for a different day.
But like I think once we get enough like people that actually can show Hasbro like that this can become a serious thing, then they might eventually, get it migrated over instead of just Taratomi released something, we'll just release it in like a double pack or something.
Yeah, absolutely. like look at Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh was a very Japan heavy thing, and then America brought it over, and it was pretty heavy over here for a minute. I don't know about the scene about it anymore because I'm not really a part of the Yu-Gi-Oh scene anymore. And then same thing with the Pokemon. Pokemon is huge over there, and it's pretty decent over here, like the video games and the TCG. But yeah, hopefully TT and Hasbro can kind of really truly work together and bring out some really kick-ass bays and events and other bay products.
I agree. I think there's a lot of things they could do, and I think people want it, and that's the most important thing. I think there will always be a place for the WBO and other similar organizations. However, I would like to see some more official stuff with some hopefully like unique and cool prizing too. over in Asia, they get all those like the gold plated wizard rod or whatever. Like, I'd love to have that over here. That'd be dope.
Yeah, just imagine the prize support if Hasbro and TT came together and did one big tournament.
Yeah, that
Phenomenal.
would
Be,
probably go insane.
be very exciting.
It-
Also, real quick, the bay you were talking about earlier is called Whale Flame.
Whale Flame. Yep, I just saw that as well. It looks like a cartoon, like, but looking close up, I don't see it as a cartoon really anymore. But from a distance, it kind of like the wave over on its left side kind of looks like an eye, and
Oh
it
my
just,
God, it does.
right?
100%. Because that's literally what I thought it was. And then you were saying that, so I zoomed in on the picture, and now I can see, yeah, that's like a white accent.
Yeah,
And its
it's just
eyes,
a.
that little purple thing next to its mouth. But yeah, it. I thought it was way cuter when I thought that was the eye. I'm not gonna
And I
lie.
did too, and now just looking at it really close up, I'm very disappointed because I thought it was a like a whale with big ass like cartoon eyes and everything else. It'd be different, it'd be cute, and I'd rip the shit out of that.
Oh my God, I just thought of this. They should do a Power Rangers collab with Beyblade.
Oh
That's
my
what I
god,
was
please,
thinking, man.
please,
Like, I'm like waiting for that.
please take my money.
Like,
I mean,
like they released the Jurassic Park, they released the Transformer stuff, but they haven't made a. And like, they're trying to do a big revival with Power Rangers too, so it would make sense.
oh my god,
I would love to see like kind of like the anniversary set or something. Obviously, it wouldn't be an anniversary set, but like the Power Rangers box set. And it could be, I don't know, $100 and it has like all 6 of the different Rangers from like the original show or something. That'd be super cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love that.
being a Power
And
Rangers
like it
fan
comes in like a
myself.
nice box and whatever. Like,
Oh
that'd be
my
dope.
god, yeah, being a Power Rangers myself, Power Rangers fan myself. Take all my money. Just go ahead.
Yeah, just take all my money.
Yeah, please.
Power Rangers on a Beyblade, yeah, take it.
Oh my god. Just imagine. But yeah, kind of going back onto it, like events or even playing Beyblades itself. Like when people find out, oh, yeah, I play Beyblades, a lot of their responses are, oh, I didn't know that was still a thing. Then they look into it and, oh, yeah, absolutely, it's still a thing. So just imagine if TT and Hasbro can kind of get together to even advertise it a little bit more and get more product on the shelves. Sometimes you got to spend money to make money, though. But obviously, they're going to put their money where the money is, which is not Beyblades, unfortunately. But hopefully, eventually, it can be.
I would
think-
I would love to see it be that way. It
Yeah.
would.
Yeah, I think if we just keep showing that, this is something we want, if all the grassroots community, like, just said something, hopefully, whenever that event comes out, we could like cover it and see how that goes.
Yep,
Because
absolutely.
it's hit or miss. You don't know how the event's gonna go, if it's gonna go good or bad, and then that'll kind of like be the nail in the coffin for them to be like, this is something we could continue doing, or something they're not really gonna want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. But honestly, I think this might be a good little stopping point for us. We've been going for over an hour and a half already.
I did not even realize.
Yeah, it's phenomenal how much there is to talk about, and we've only covered maybe just a short amount of it because there's just so much going on in this Beyblade community.
It's crazy.
Absolutely, like all the events and everything. Speaking of events, let's pull up our events page that we got going on. Where is it? Damn it. Where'd it go? It's late. I just worked 10 hours. I'm ready to kind of hit it.
Ready to.
Same.
Looks like we got an event this Saturday.
Yep. So we have
Uh,
yep. So
We got an event on the 28th. Hopefully, we could all try to make it out there and maybe get some more like tournament run
yep. Unfortunately, I will not be at the 20.
commentary.
I will not be able to go to the 28th one, but I know I will be at the one that's coming this weekend, and also the one that is the 20th. I will be at both of those.
Are those both at Kraken hits?
Yes, sir. Kraken hits over in friendly Minnesota. They both start at 2 p.m. or not EST. I'm used to saying EST. So 2 o'clock CST. Check your local listings. Their Kraken hits put on such a great show. So big shout out to them.
And then you said there's one on the 28th. Is that also at Kraken hits?
No, that one is actually at level X.
Okay. Is
Or level
is
up.
Akuna is Akuna hosting one this month?
I don't think so.
No, that one is Sam.
If it is, it's probably at the end of the month.
And that one's Sam. No, so
Okay.
the 6th and the 20th are both by Sam. And the one at Level Up Games in Minneapolis is organized by Holly.
Yeah, I like those events. Anytime I go, they're run pretty smoothly.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So, is there anything else that you guys would like to kind of talk about real quick, or we ready to kind of send it off?
No, I think we're good. Just kind of, if anyone's listening, kind of, if you have something that you would like us to talk about, or, you know, just let us know, and then maybe we could like give us our different perspectives on that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Yeah, like we just said, there's a lot going on in this community in like a short amount of time. So, which is very fantastic. There's so much going on. There's always events going on, not just in Minnesota, but literally all over the US, all over the world. We got products coming out, at least several products per month, which is fantastic, or links or anything going on involving Beyblade. We will try our very best between all four of us to kind of keep up to date on those. But yeah, I think next episode we will be talking more about products that are going to be coming out momentarily, such as that stadium. There's a new Spider-Man one coming out pretty soon. There's probably other ones that are also coming out collab-wise, and many, many other products. So, for me, myself, my crew, we all appreciate you guys for listening to the Spin Zone Podcast episode 2. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, rest of your evening, rest of whatever it is. And